Hello, my friend, Sherry here, and today I'm going to take you on a little field trip. We're going to actually leave my garden as I share with you a trip I took this summer down to the Gunnison Valley here in Colorado to visit my friend Annie Amrich, who started Jannie Bird Farms. And her story is worth hearing. It's very inspiring. And come on, let's go. Let's head on down to the Gunnison Valley. Leaving my home at sunrise, I was excited about the day ahead of me. Annie and I have been talking about this for so long, and so getting in my little Fiat, and we made some stops along the way at some beautiful spots like this one overlooking the view of the Collegiate Peaks was just absolutely spectacular, and the day got off to a really good start before I even made it to the Gunnison Valley, which I just stopped and enjoy it. Do you ever just stop and enjoy the moment of where you're headed to before you get there? Well, I kept going, and as I drove through the many beautiful scenic mountain peaks and valleys, if you've never done it before in Colorado, you definitely should do it sometime. I made it to the Gunnison Valley and was excited about catching up with Annie. Okay, so I am here in beautiful Gunnison, Colorado with my friend Annie Amrich with Jannie Bird Farms. And Annie, welcome to the Grow You Girl channel.
Thank you.
So I first off want to know why you decided to become a flower farmer.
That's a good question, Sherry. I was in the medical industry for 16 years and it just changed drastically. And so I got on the computer and started just typing around what kind of jobs can I have with that I can put my hands in the dirt, because that's what I love doing. We had bought a home in Louisville and all my free time was out in the yard, landscaping and gardening. And so I just did that, and I ended up coming across Erin Binzacane with Florette. And she has basically kind of started this American flower revolution, I would say. And so I was came across her course that was a flower farming course and thought that I was the only one in the area that would be doing this. And lo and behold, there were 2 or 3 women right within, a 10-mile radius of me already doing it. And if you go back to that same footprint now, there's probably 15 flower farms now doing that. So I guess I could say I was on the forefront of that small revolution, but it is catching on, and there's more and more people doing it as a side hustle and a hobby. But I decided to take it on as a career. I wanted to get out of the hustle and bustle, and I was tired of doctors yelling at me and all of that jazz. And I'm really happy that it's been a lot. It's been a huge learning experience, and of course a huge pay cut, but we're gradually making our way back up. But it has been really lovely to be in
And
this
then
industry.
because of your husband's job, you made the move here to Gunnison.
Yep.
And now you have the farm here, and maybe just show us around a little bit and what it takes to be a flower farmer.
This is definitely an interesting move for a flower farmer, because we went from a lovely zone 5 to zone 4 and 7,700 feet in elevation.
You are a brave woman.
Yeah. And the first question that people always ask me is, oh, well, do you have a greenhouse? You must have a greenhouse. No, I do not have a greenhouse. I do grow I grow tulips and lilies. I force tulips and lilies in the winter months, but that is indoors. But everything else is outdoors with no greenhouse. So we try to just, Crested Butte, which is a half an hour from here, is the wildflower capital of Colorado. So there are plenty of flowers that can grow in the cold weather. There are things called hardy annuals or cold hardy flowers. And so we really try to lean into perennials and those cold hardy flowers. And of course, we grow some of those tender annuals too, because people love them, like dahlias and cosmos and zinnias. But we really are trying, especially as I get older too, just leaning into more of the perennials and the flowers that grow well here. So
beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So what do we have here? We're right on here, let me give you a look here. We're on the main street here of Gunnison.
Yep.
And
The airport is right here. And we have a ditch system here in Gunnison. So you can see it's really nice. It's one of the few places, I'm sure, where there is free water for people to irrigate their lawns
wow.
with. So a lot of people, some of the water runs above ground like this, and like by our house it goes under the ground, and there's pump systems that people can hook up and use.
And where is the water
irrigation
coming from?
Oh gosh, cut please. No, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, it's runoff. You know, it's runoff. I don't know. You'll have to research.
Yeah.
We're the first runoff spot, right? So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. We'll find out.
So this section here, we do a lot of, we have in the spring, it's all daffodils, and you can see the iris here. And then after that, overplanted is all of our rudbeckia. So this is this is triloba, which is it comes into a big yellow spray of flowers. It's one of my favorite flowers. And then all of the different varieties of rudbeckia, you can see the different colors. I think this one's called chimchimney. And then your regular, your regular black-eyed Susans, sort of. I can't remember what this one's called. This might be Denver daisy or something. I can't remember. Anyway, there's lots of different names, but lots of rudbeckia. And then over here is we have a rose garden, which I've taken a couple courses from a friend in Vermont who's a flower farmer. She's also in a zone 4, and so I've taken a cold climate rose growing course from her. So we have just a patch of about 16 rose bushes, which is helpful, and some echinops back there, the little blue globes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And you were just sharing how your rose garden did get a little wiped out by the deer, which is why the fencing is up here.
We made our fence a little taller because we kind of put it up haphazardly in the spring, and I came down here and there was a deer in there having a feast on my flowers. So my first round of roses this year, unfortunately, went to, we call the deer down here the South Main Gang. They are ruthless. And if you come back later, I'm sure there'll be a whole bunch of them. So.
Okay.
So a lot of this stuff out here, as I was telling you, the deer don't eat. Like the rudbeckia has fuzzy leaves, so they don't like it. This is a drumstick allium, which is in the onion family. They don't like that. Over here, our fencing isn't even up yet, and we have Chinese forget-me-nots and delphinium, which they also don't like. And our peonies, they don't eat the peonies.
How about the daisies, the Shasta daisies?
No, they don't eat them.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about the daisies. They must not taste good.
What was that old show, Please Don't Eat the Daisies?
Please don't eat the daisies. So this particular area is where we started. This was my first area that I started growing. It's called the Seed Temple. And then we expanded out to these 2 front areas and sides. And then when we're done, I'll take you over to the field. But
okay.
So this year, we just put this up. So not only deer, but bunnies. I've never had an issue with bunnies. And the past 3 years, we've had a fox down here, so we've not had any bunny issues. But you can see these 2 beds look really pathetic because we just put this up yesterday. But every day I come here, that bunny is just sitting right in the middle. So we blocked him out finally, and hopefully this stuff will start growing. This is fuchsia. I do a lot of edible flowers. So this is the first year growing fuchsia. I'm hoping that will flower soon. It's these beautiful, vibrant flowers. And then our zinnias.
I smelled the dill before I saw the dill.
And we usually have a forest of dill. So the other group that's here, they put this straw down they meant to put it on Amanda's bed, and they put it on my bed. And I think it must have been hot. It was in the chicken coop, and I think it killed a lot of the dill seed.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm really bummed because we use it a lot.
Yeah.
So
you use it in arrangements?
I use it in arrangements. I sell it to restaurants. I harvest it and dry it for myself for the whole year. So literally it's usually, it covers this whole area, and we have to just thin it out and keep what we want. And so we've left what has been popping up, but it's a real bummer. It's a real bummer. And then we have some cilantro that pops up and stuff too. But the zinnias were in here, and our zinnias are just, we're going to have a horrible zinnia year because none of them, there's a few, but so we planted a whole bunch more. We seeded, just put some in the ground and hopefully we'll
I
have
have had
something.
a horrible earwig problem.
Oh.
And they are just annihilating my zinnias. Yeah.
I will say the one good thing, and I don't know if it's because, I mean, in here the soil was really good, but at the other, I'll show you the soil down there. We don't have a lot of pests, and I don't know if it's because of the elevation, the climate, or just getting started, because this is our 4th growing season. We don't have a lot of pests.
Yeah, I mean your leaves. I'm like sitting here looking at the leaves because my leaves at home are just, between the earwigs and the Japanese beetles. Yeah.
I have not seen a Japanese beetle here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll come eventually, but we do everything organically, obviously. So, we really try to take care of the soil and have healthy soil to start, and that helps. We do compost tea. I don't know if Hillary can hear me, once a week, but this past week it didn't get done. It's still brewing at my house. It's been brewing for the whole week. Oh, she's walking by. She helps me make it and or sometimes sprays it, but we've both been busy and so it hasn't gotten done. But the compost tea really helps. The foliar compost tea helps keep the pests down too. It just helps keep the plant healthy. And so over there you can see that's a 3-year Veronica. That's a really,
wow.
So again, these perennials.
Really.
Starting. And it's great for all of the July and August events. Obviously, it's a great wedding flower, but also a great event flower. You can see some cilantro. We have a lot of pansies everywhere, but we're trying to get these kind of into some perennials. So there's more delphinium over here. There's baptisia. You can see that's in there.
Yeah, the baptisia. Now, because baptisia back at home in 6A is like been done. It's been done for a while.
This has never bloomed, and I'm wondering if it's because of the bunnies.
That they're eating the...
Yeah, and I have some more over here. So I don't know. I'm hoping next year it actually flowers. This is its 2nd year, I think. So it does look good.
Right.
But not flowered. I shouldn't say we have no pests. We had aster yellows. It is like a little leaf hopper that migrates north, and it has this stuff in its saliva, and if it bites your plant, then it infects it. So all of our delphinium is normally we are swimming in delphinium at this time of year. It's one of our earliest flowering.
Sure.
I had to pull all of the delphinium last year and start over. So this is brand new delphinium. You can see it's just getting to the point where it's going to start blooming soon. So that's it's been a real bummer for us because every bride wants, can I have some blue? Can I have some blue? Can I have some blue? And that blue delphinium just does it.
Oh, it does.
So
it's the best.
We have it here. We have it there. I have some at my house. And then over here is all perennials. So geum, you can see this is such a cute, and it's great in bouquets.
We had kind of texted about that. I just started doing that this year.
Oh, it's so great. So I have some that is 2nd year, and then a lot of it is 1st year. And then more baptisia, and then, what's that called? What's the cactusy one?
I don't know.
But it's great in the fall. So we just planted a whole bunch of sedum. It's sedum.
Sedum, the sedum.
And then this is...
that's what I was thinking was this one.
No, it smells so bad. Oh. It's rue, but I love the leaf shape. It is really pretty, and it lasts forever. So if I cut it and I put it in the cooler, and if I cut it and you don't shake it up too much, then it's really great. It's such a pretty shape of leaf.
The smell doesn't linger.
No.
Okay. No. Nice.
And then we
have the sedum. What a good idea to use that in arrangements.
Yeah, in the fall, you can see this is 2nd year, and the stems get really long, and it flowers. It's really pretty. Yeah. And then over here, we just put in, so you can see we have some 2nd year echinacea, which is humongous. And then this is all, and then the rest of it is all 1st year echinacea. So lots of different, that
is amazing. Yeah. I have never seen such a
humongous.
Big echinacea. I mean, mine are usually even smaller than that.
Yeah, I think because this is the native one.
Oh.
So I think that's why it gets so big. This is white, this one. And then I don't even remember what color this is that I planted. I got a couple different new ones. And then we have the, eryngium. Do you know this
I always forget the name of it. I have it in my
This is eryngium. It's that nice blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of, you can see it got stuck in where we ran out of space, so we just put it there. So it might get moved down to the I-bar. And then, of course, because we ran out of space, we put some more stuff over here in the side. We just ran irrigation so the first year, actually, I think the first 2 years, I hand watered everything. And then last year we put irrigation in, so it's like a whole hour of time saving.
Wow. And irrigation is amazing.
Then that's Amanda. So we have some asparagus here.
I was just going to say asparagus.
Yeah. And then that's Amanda and Joe Bob's garden right there. They do, it's all food. So they have beautiful
all food. Nice.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful garden.
Yeah, it is very lovely. Wow, look at is that cauliflower over there?
Yeah, wow. I think it is cauliflower. Yeah, they do a really nice job. These are potatoes, I think.
Oh, right. Yes, they are. It's
all the cilantro.
Unsung thing about potatoes is the beautiful flowers.
I know. I was wondering if I could cut it or if it needs the stalk to keep growing. But
I think it actually says the potatoes are ready when
it flowers.
When it flowers, I think.
Yeah, I am gonna.
It's really nice.
Venture into vegetable growing. I thought this year, but probably next year. That's why we built the garden beds at our house, so I could grow some veggies.
Yeah.
So actually, I had to put this fence up for the deer and just to block it off, but I didn't know how I was going to do it because Jason's busy, my husband, so he doesn't have time. So I had someone say, "Oh, well, the Western wrestling team, they're for hire. They do stuff." So I contacted them, and so I had the wrestling team come out and they helped me put the fence up. And then you donate.
You are really good about getting community spirit going.
Well, I donated to their program. But so when I bought this fence from Deer Busters, which I highly recommend, they do have one that's enforced at the bottom, and I didn't think I needed it. And I hadn't needed it until this year because, like I said before, our fox is gone. And so the bunnies were chewing through this very expensive fence. And so I thought there was just one hole, so we kind of fixed it. And then lo and behold, they chewed so many holes in the fence. So we put this, well, mostly Hillary did, put chicken wire up.
And that's been
all the way around. Yeah, and that works. And then we block it all off and stuff. But so this is the main field. And we do, it's just starting to come into its glory. Yeah. I mean, because we are zone 4, it takes a minute. So this is all Lizzie's. We do Lizzianthus every year, but I'm trying to consider if I should continue doing it or if I need to cover it like every day so it's just a little warmer at night. Well, I think it doesn't bloom until the very, very end of the season. And, on the Front Range, it'll bloom like end of August, September. So I'm hoping to get it a little earlier. So I'm wondering if I do some frost cloth at night or something to keep it warmer, if it might help. But this is all, we just put in perennial phlox this year. So this is all perennial phlox. And then I think this is scabiosa here next, which will be blooming soon. And then, we just have, so I'll come back even through since we have such a small space. Like if there's any hole and I have extra seedlings, like I'll stick it. So I came in the other. So
like something like that, you would.
I would take it out, and if I have something, I'd stick something in there. So I came through the other day and put basil in a lot of holes.
Oh, nice.
But scabiosa, and then we have, this looks like status maybe. And then this is a new one for me. This is Coreopsis, which I really love. It's really pretty.
Beautiful.
And then this whole rest of this row is snaps, which hopefully will be blooming next week.
Wow.
And then on the other side, we have paper daisies and gomphrena and strawflower and cress, which reseed you can see like it's kind of yellow now, but we kind of leave, like penny cress is a weed, but we actually plant it to use it because it's a really beautiful greenery. And then this is lavage. This is the very first thing that comes up in our field. Comes up really early. It's a really nice greenery. It's in the celery family. It tastes like, it's edible. One of the restaurants used it last year. Wow. But I use it a lot in arrangements and stuff. Yep. And this is what it looks like when it goes to seed. And then feverfew, which is like I love this. This section makes me so happy. And then we have all along the whole fence line on the outside, we have yarrow, which is a staple for us, and that is obviously a great perennial. And we have some gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And then the sweet peas are on the inside of the fence.
Oh, right.
They got planted really late, so they're just getting going, unfortunately.
I actually had a sweet pea come back from last year.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, they do seed.
Do they?
Yeah, and then, yeah,
I mean,
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I was shocked. And then sunflowers.
Oh yeah, the sunflower. Yeah. So along with compost tea every week, we are determined. I told Hillary one of the other goals was to seed sunflowers every week up until like probably the end of July. So we have done that. We have another.
And when you say seed, just to continue to put new seeds down?
So I don't direct seed them just because the birds will come and eat them. So we do seed them in a tray, and then we'll come and plant out the whole row. So we do we seed 50 in a thing. So the back rows of the sunflowers back here, there's some branching ones which will keep going, but then obviously
I see.
The rest of them are single cut sunflowers. So we just planted a row, and then we just seeded a row, and then we might have to seed like 2 more, because I think the end of July is probably the latest we're going to be able to plant out for them to bloom. And then we have all sorts of stuff along the fence line, all kinds of peas and vines, and we have
Ostamarian.
Yeah, so that overwintered here.
No way.
I'm not kidding. So I tried it last year as an experiment. I got plugs from Farmer Bailey, and I really love it, and it's really cool.
I just love the color and the
and when you harvest it, this is so cool. You don't cut it, you pull it out.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
And so this isn't the color that I wanted, but I actually really do love it.
I love it, and the leaves and the contrast.
Yes. And so we cover in the winter or in the fall, we take all of this stuff out. We leave the irrigation, but we mulch heavily with mulched leaves. And there was a bed of mulched leaves over it, and I was shocked when I pulled it back and it started growing.
Wow.
And yeah, it's just so pretty.
What a gift.
Yeah. And yeah, so lots of, let's see, Queen Anne's lace, cosmos, which the bunnies ate and ate and ate, so they're a little behind because we had to keep replacing them.
Oh, those
They
bunnies.
kept eating the snapdragons and the cosmos. And so that's, yeah. And then we have Sweet Annie that pops up everywhere.
That's
Sweet Annie. So we take out most of it, but we leave a few because it
What
goes
is this
crazy.
right here?
That's buckwheat.
Buckwheat.
So I've planted that. That just seeds itself. But I do love it. It's kind of cute, a little dainty.
Flowers?
Yeah, it's right there, blooming.
Oh, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. It's a nice cover crop, but I like the flowers, so I just planted a little bit of it.
Wow.
And then we have apple Peru that pops up too. It kind of reseeds itself.
That's this right here?
That is actually to your left on the ground. It's really tiny to the left. Oh, like right in front of the sunflowers. That green.
No.
Right down. There you go.
Oh, right there. Got it.
And it gets really big, and it's a great foliage in the fall for us. Yeah.
Nice.
And if you can squeeze back here and come over. Here, squeeze
I am not going to attempt to do that.
Oh, okay.
Well,
we could go down. I had some Cresspedia, the billy balls that popped back up that overwintered.
Queen Anne's lace.
Queen Anne's lace. This I did not plant here, and it just popped up.
Wow.
Ooh, but come down here because this is the ranunculus and anemones.
Your legs are longer than mine. Just amazing.
So
okay,
I've done ranunculus and anemones for every year that I've done this, and I've never really been that good at it. And this year I think I've cracked the code. And in our zone, like in your zone, they peter out.
Oh, right. Look at that.
But in this zone, so this is shade cloth. Yeah. They don't like it above 80 degrees. And we get we're right in that, but our nights are really cool. So these have been going and producing really well.
Look at that.
All season.
It's beautiful.
And I really am hoping, I don't know If the ranunculus peters out at some point, or if it's the weather, I'm going to learn that, I guess.
Yeah.
And the anemones, I know for sure, I've had those all season before. So it's really nice to kind of have these beautiful spring flowers all year.
Yes, it is.
And then this row is all dahlias. And that's been on the chopping block, but trying to figure out some ways to get them earlier. This year we potted them up and sprouted them before we planted them out. And they don't seem to be any much further along than before. So next year I will try maybe a low tunnel to see if that will help. I don't think I want to cut them out totally, but if we get a frost, they're so tender.
So tender, and I've attempted them a couple of times, and then I've just been like, eh.
They're hard in this climate. There's another girl that grows here, and she has 7 tunnels, and so she has dahlias already. But so I don't know. We're playing around with some things.
Yeah.
And then the other side, we do all grasses, and have some just random things like sweet sultan and ageratum, and then sweet peas
And some brush.
This is sage. This is the holy sage.
Sage.
They wanted to keep this, which it is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Needs a little trimming up, but yeah.
Cool.
And then I was just pulling out all this yarrow because it blocks out the sweet peas.
Oh. Yeah, that yarrow, it's aggressive.
It is aggressive, but it is
beautiful. I love the multicolors of it.
Yeah, there's some gorgeous, gorgeous color. Actually, I'll show you in the car because I harvested 2 buckets.
All right, so we've been tooling around here in Gunnison. We went and looked at where Annie keeps her flowers, and this is Birdie.
Birdie that you named. So I had thought about calling it the petal pusher, but then added Birdie because I really love that as part of our branding because we're Jannie Bird Farm and keeping bird in there. And then we did this logo. And so I'm really loving it. So we got it painted. It used to be red and now we're doing this and it's getting rented out for the first time next week for an event. And it's gonna be filled with flowers. And this is kind of a cool thing because we take it around to just events within town, like community things, and make bouquets on site. So it's kind of fun.
Oh, that is really cool.
So one of the things I think that we were just talking about is like why I love it here so much.
Right.
In my mission, it's always been community through flowers. And being in a small town like this, it has really like brought that mission and vision to life. Because people, like I can walk around with my husband, who's the CEO of the hospital, and my favorite thing is when we walk up to a group of people and they say, the flower lady, not the CEO of the hospital, the flower lady. And then I get to say, this is my husband. Yeah, he runs the hospital. But it's really great. I mean, people have really like come aboard and we really have created this little community. And I have a lot of people who are just regular customers and like they joined my full year CSA because we have CSAs from winter, spring, summer, and fall. With tulips and lilies and the summer flowers, and it's just been really wonderful to be in a community that has really I'm educating about the flower industry, and they are learning about local flowers, they're learning about native flowers, they're learning about the flower industry, they are coming to workshops, they're learning how to work with flowers. It's therapeutic, it's just all kinds of things, and it's been a real blessing, I think, to be here to
And you were talking about how flowers that come in from out of the country. Say a little bit more about that and why local flower farming is so important.
Yeah, local flower farming is very important because the flower industry is actually really dirty, I guess would be the word for it. I mean, a lot of flowers that you see in the grocery store. So this came up because I'm doing an event next week for Living Journeys, which is a cancer group in the area. And I was speaking with them about it and they said, you should talk about this more. And I said, I do talk about it a lot, but we will talk about it even more. People need to know the flowers that are grown, that are imported here, that are in your grocery store, are heavily coated in pesticides. They are grown, the people that grow them are not paid enough. There's children in the industry. There are a ton of miscarriages. There's a lot of neurological deficits in these kids and that work in the fields, and they're using the water resources in these areas that are scarce on water. So there's a lot of things that go along with it. And then you have a huge carbon footprint to ship these flowers. So they're shipping them, and then they're cutting them, they're dry, they're shipped dry. So you wonder why your grocery store flowers are slimy in the vase and they don't last but 2 or 3 days.
Right.
It's because they are coated in pesticide, cut, shipped dry for several days, and then when they come into our country, they have to be dipped in an insecticide so we don't bring insects into the country. So again, more pesticide. And then you're going to the grocery store and buying, your loved one is buying them, and you're bringing them home and smelling them, you know. And so people need to know that that's not safe for their health, and the industry is not safe. So we really try to. Hi. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Really try to educate people that if you can find a local flower farmer, most of the local flower farmers grow organically or use organic fertilizers, pesticides if they need to, or use very little stuff. So find someone who meets what you want and support that local farmer and pay the, you know, little bit extra because you want to be able to smell that flower. We can grow more delicate flowers. We can grow things that can't be shipped, and we can grow them organically. You can, when they're done, put them in your compost and have a full cycle of life. Versus like if you're buying these flowers from the grocery store, you don't want to put them in your compost because they're coated in pesticide.
Wow.
So it's an important thing to bring up, an important industry to be aware of. And yeah. I think.
Annie, thank you so much for sharing your dream with us.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it. All right. We'll be back.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for joining Annie and me in this video. And if we can answer any further questions, please leave them in the comments. We'd be happy to do so. Be sure to subscribe for future videos. And thanks for joining us here on the Grow You Girl channel. We appreciate you being here. Let's grow.